Hello, everyone. You're here with H, and today the H stands for H is back. In case you were unaware, my laptop couldn't handle the sheer ridiculousness of anything, and it just failed on me. Just no more. Please. H, please.
You're fake laughing too, right?
Oh, the tears are real.
So I'm back. In case anyone was even wondering.
I gotta go check something.
Oh, but seriously, we're right back into it. Straight back to work with the stupidness. Jennifer Aniston is back. So here we are. And the H also stands for I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. Random man online that I really love, even though in real life I wouldn't want anything to do with you, but you live in a fantasy world, so ha ha ha, baby, send me gold bars. And I'll be there for you again. Let's go, the rambles are back, baby.
This man wants to know the truth about his internet girlfriend.
It's like, holy cow. When Jennifer reached out to me, it clicked. Apparently, she likes the way I look.
Okay.
I've been a fan of hers.
This picture just screams sexy. Let's just go backwards, please. Where are you looking? If you're looking outside to try and find the answers that you're looking for, you're not going to find them. You can look out into the pastures as much as you want, big man. You are not going to find your common sense. No, seriously, what is this B-roll? It's just, yes, stand out there and look at the window, bro.
I've been a fan of hers my whole life, so I've always liked the way she looked.
Name 3 movies she's in. I bet you can't, okay? I've always liked the way she looks. Anything else? Or you just flustered at the fact that a celebrity might want to be with you? You can't fool me already.
I'm a huge fan. Finding my dream girl.
And I'm a small air conditioner. Get a grip of yourself about Dream Girl, by the way. Are we well and truly back if I've already had a brain fart?
Well, that didn't really work out too well for it, did you, idiots?
I love when they describe the celebrity, especially, or any one of the many pictures that have been used on this show as their dream partner. Because if I was to compare the person you're looking at in this scam with your potential real-life partner, you dirty cheater, not this guy, but who knows? I don't know. But their exes, whatever. When you say dream, why don't you just wait for someone to come along that looks like this then? Huh? How about that? Instead of getting into relationships with someone who is not your dream person and you're just wasting everyone's time. Does that make sense?
No, is a dream.
She was beautiful and kind and one of the world's most famous women.
Is it?
There was just one problem.
She asked for $6,000 to purchase her wedding gown.
Okay.
It says her net worth's like $300 million.
Why does she need $6,000?
She says she
wedding
doesn't
dress?
trust banks anymore.
What?
My house is on the market.
Let's hold on a second. Your house, if you're selling your house for this, you've lost your plot. Your plot, not the plot, it's your plot specifically. $6,000 for a wedding dress. You know, I don't think Jennifer would be happy with that. I feel like she'd splash out, to be honest. And if she doesn't trust the banks, where is her money? In the ground somewhere? She dug up a hole, shoved it in there? I'm confused.
So once it sells, I'll have some cash
Goodness.
to show that I'm real and actually in love with her.
Join us on another catfish adventure.
You chill out, Drew. Just in case anyone needs to know this, never sell your house to prove to a potential lover that you're real. I'm just, putting that out there in the world.
We'll find out if Alan is really with his celebrity crush
Let's not take
or
the
if it's
piss.
just another celebrity imposter trying to crush his spirit.
Honestly, I've watched too many of these, so I'm not really the target audience when Drew says something like that. But who are we kidding here? It's never going to be Jennifer Aniston, is it? And the title of the original video, is it actually Jennifer Aniston or another romance scammer? I don't know.
I have cut off all chats with all other women. She has mentioned that we will have a very public wedding.
They had to show this image. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. In case anyone doesn't know, Friends growing up was a big portion of my life, and it still is. And Matthew Perry, I kind of like, not idolized, but formed my, what's the word? My humor around him. Very sarcastic and little quips here and there. So rest in peace, Matthew.
Our exes
That
will
upset
both
me.
get to see us on national TV getting married, and it'll
really?
tick them both off. Before I send $6,000, maybe I can find somebody that can tell me who I'm talking to.
We can definitely do that.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement
do
with
that.
our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
But you already
Team,
are.
we got another case. It's from a man named Alan. He sent us an email. He says, I've seen your videos about Jennifer Aniston scams, but I think there's a chance I am actually chatting with the real Jennifer Aniston.
Just my brain already, so many times already. I don't even know how long I've been recording, but I'm in pain, okay? And nobody tell me that the victims who watch this show, who then come on here and haven't learned skiddly diddly do, they've learned diddly squat. They piss me off the most. Maybe not the most. Sorry, that's an exaggeration. But they piss me off a lot. You telling me you got lucky, you struck it lucky with Miss Jennifer. Get a grip.
We first connected on Facebook,
As
and
you
now
do.
we're talking on Telegram. I haven't sent any money,
That's
but
good.
I do have some questions. I think you guys can get to the truth, Alan.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm 59 years old, and I live in Central Texas in a small town called Burnett.
Burn it. Burn it. Hopefully you didn't send any money, because your wallet, you would then have to burn it. That's just not even sense made.
You can't do anything.
Tealicious. I'd love that place. I'm a big fan of tea. Anyway, I've heard through the grapevine that obviously this show is meant to be entertainment, etc., etc., and there's no real purpose to what I'm going to say here. But isn't it crazy that they didn't say, wow, this is a crazy story, etc., etc., like a couple weeks ago when we were looking at the Morgan Walmart BS episode? Why isn't this a crazy story then? You know, I'm just got the cynical turned up to 100 because I ain't filmed in a few days now, and I was losing my mind, genuinely. So forgive me if I talk more than usual.
My hobbies are hunting, fishing, swimming, that kind of thing.
Swimming?
We lived on a 25-acre ranch in the middle of nowhere, and I had a deer blind, and I hunted. I had fun doing it. The biggest buck, it was a 10-point and pretty good sized. After many years of harvesting all my deer, we finally just got kind of tired of eating venison and quit shooting them. I am retired. I was a general contractor. I owned a custom cabinet shop in Austin.
But did you own your own oil rig and you have to pay your employees with gift cards? If not, you're not a real contractor then. Flip reverse. It's funny that the victim is now a contractor.
Had several employees, and we did whole house remodels. After many years, rheumatoid arthritis hit me hard. I'm on full disability with Social Security.
Okay.
When I was 21, I married a 33-year-old, and that
Goodness.
lasted for 5 years until I caught her having an affair.
Oh my.
And then when I was 27, I got married again, and that lasted for 35 years. And we have 2 sons that are both adults now. And then we adopted the first orphan out of Haiti after the 2010 earthquake, because there were so many orphans now in Haiti because families got killed in that earthquake. And somehow, parents died, but the kids survived. We got told that a lot of the kids would have amputations and all kinds of problems and issues. And we just trusted God and said, okay, sign us up, we'll adopt. And then we just out of the blue got a call from a friend at church, would we accept an infant? And we looked at each other and said, okay, yeah, we will.
Respect.
So he was age 4 months when he got here. He weighed 6 pounds, 3 ounces. He was starving to death as a 4-month-old. And he went straight to Dell Children's Hospital and spent about a week and a half there getting all kinds of treatments and tests and everything taken care of. And he is now 14, but he is with my soon-to-be ex-wife. I thought that my wife was getting help for our 14-year-old son, who has been arrested for family violence 3 times. What? She took him to Colorado to a home that would accept out-of-control children and counsel them and help them. I thought they were coming back after the training was done, and then all of a sudden I got a letter saying she thought we should file for a divorce. So now we're in that process. She did not give me a reason, and in the letter that said we should file for a legal divorce, it said something along the lines of, so you can live your life how you want to, or something like that.
Obviously I've never been married, yeah. And his story just took me on like some kind of roller coaster. It was positive vibes with them adopting and seem like good people, and then you come crashing down. Now you're telling me she just ran away apparently. But we've seen on this show a few times now where the victims very conveniently leave out information that would sort of give you context as to why their partner wants to divorce them or they've left, etc. Obviously, I don't know, right? I'm only going off of what I see on the screen. Thank you very much. Vroom, vroom, indeed. Let's park up here and address this. So you can live your life how you want to. Now, to me, right, just going off of what's on the screen, there is something more here that you've potentially left out. Because if she's saying you can live your life how you want to, maybe there was something that you were doing or something that you've said. She got fed up of it, I guess, at the end. And, hey, you do what you want now. Maybe she's tired of telling you about something, etc., etc. Also, I mean, again, I'm not married, right? But let me know in the comments, you just randomly, if you're married, do you just, I don't know, wake up and like, I'm going to leave this person, so bye? I don't think that's how it works. Surely there's a build-up. Frustration bottles up. So I feel like you probably know you've done something, but you're just not going to say it on this show, which, accountability would be nice. So just saying, that's what I think anyway.
After 35 years of marriage, receiving a letter asking me for a divorce was a big shock.
Look. Once again, sorry to pause it so soon, but 35 years, I don't think someone just wakes up and like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Maybe that can happen. Again, I don't know. What a bitch it would be, dagger to the heart, if someone does that with like no real reason. But I feel like there is a reason. I don't know.
And hit me hard, and being Christians, that's not what Christians normally do. I thought about it for quite a while and finally responded, and we decided that we would go into full agreement, pre-court, decide everything between ourselves, not involve lawyers.
With Alan's marriage coming to an end, he decided to try and make a fresh start by dating online.
I didn't start this online stuff until my wife had actually left me and filed for divorce. It had been more than a year since my ex-wife had left. So I had been here alone for more than...
shots of him looking out the window, man. It's pissing me off now, to be honest, because it doesn't even look like it's a nice day out there. Stop making him look out the window, bro. Stop making anyone look out the window, please.
Year. My first step was reinstalling Facebook. It's not the Facebook of old like it used to be, where it was all friends and family. Now it's all about meeting and dating and that kind of thing. The first one turned out to be a complete and utter fraud. They pretty much
Okay, first of all, if this was the actual profile, If my 4 eyes are not deceiving me, that says 25 or some age in the 20s. What are you doing if this is the genuine profile that you were trying to be mixing it up with? Get a grip of yourself, all right? If you all know my stance on things like that. That's creepy. But I also want to ask, once again, after 35 years, you don't just get up and I'm leaving you. Oh, it's a shock. But also, I reinstalled Facebook. Is interesting. Maybe I'm reading too much into things. But why was it uninstalled? Huh? Because if it was, obviously, back in the day, which I still surely believe Facebook is friends and family, unless you are solely using it for dating, then good on you, but I don't think Facebook has changed. But anyway, if it was uninstalled and you reinstalled it, do you think when she said, the ex, you can live how you want to now, you think she caught him doing this kind of shenanigan with 20-year-olds and stuff? Just putting that out there, you know? I'm going off what I can see on the screen, baby.
They pretty much took a little bit money from me and then quit responding.
Oh, so you've been
about
scammed
12,000.
Oh, so you've been
Occasionally,
scammed before.
they still contact me to ask for more money, and I'm just saying, sorry, I can't. I'm broke. I don't have any money, and then they disappear for a while.
So they disappear after you've sent money. They come back, and your excuse as to why you can't give money is that you're broke. Not even, no, F off, I don't want anything to do with you, you're a scammer. I just don't have the money. So if you had the money, you'd send it? You don't seem to be someone who can be helped from this early stage, in my opinion.
It's clear that all they want from me is money. And then the second one, just,
How old is
we
she?
didn't click.
Honestly, that's like, I swear that again says like 24 or something. These are very, very much younger individuals, Alan. Okay, so I don't understand realistically what's your aim here with your dating. But if you're just looking for a much younger individual to have some fun with, there are sex workers for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you're doing here.
And that's where I encountered Jennifer for the first time. And then when Jennifer reached out to me,
Okay.
it clicked.
What clicked?
After a whole year,
What clicked? Your boner and your brain. Is it what clicked exactly? Forget the brain, actually. It's just the brain downstairs. And I was going to make it's not very smart joke, but what does that even mean? Honestly, Jennifer reaching out to you, I will never understand anyone that believes a celebrity initiates the contact. But go off, I guess.
being alone, Alan could not believe his luck when he was approached by one of his celebrity crushes, a profile going by the name of Jennifer Aniston.
Thanks, I never
Apparently, she likes the way I look for some reason. And I've been a fan of hers my whole life. So I've always liked the way she looked.
Bit cringe.
I've been a fan of hers since, the 80s and 90s when Friends was on.
It was not on in the 80s.
It's like, holy cow, I'm a huge fan. Then she had us change over to Telegram for over a year.
As you do.
We talked about everything.
Tell me.
She pretty much knows my entire history and story
What
and
does that
everything about me. We both talked about loving each other and all that kind of stuff. Just, normal dating kind of conversations. We seem to click. Our conversations seem to be active and good. She
Why?
usually,
I know that this is obviously irrelevant to the overall story, but why this image? Is it supposed to be like she's on the phone and it, oh, look, they're on the phone together? Is that what it is?
she usually refers to me as my husband,
Cringe.
occasionally as baby,
Jennifer.
and I call her babe
Get a
and
grip.
sweetheart and Jennifer. Finding my dream girl, is a dream.
Alan felt he was the luckiest man in the world. he fell head over heels for one of the world's most successful and desired women. There was just one problem.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, she claimed that her Telegram got hijacked or hacked and moved us over to Zangi. She's asked me repeatedly not to go back on Facebook because she knows it's a dating app now. I've pretty much stayed off of Facebook.
Look, Facebook, sponsor me! Just so that I can understand if it's a dating app now or somewhere you can connect with friends and family. Because if it's a dating app and you're connecting with friends and family, what are you doing? You're trying to date everyone? That's not how life should be. I don't understand. So someone who uses Facebook, please let me know in the comments, because I don't think it's a dating app.
Out of respect for her. And then now she's asking me to stay off of Telegram because it got hacked.
After nearly a year of chatting every night, Jennifer and Alan...
I'm so sorry for this. But Alan, get your ass in the corner right now in some cuck bench that you've got in your garden. Sit there and pretend you're on the phone, mate. What is this B-roll?
Jennifer and Alan's love had blossomed into a talk of marriage, and they had began to make plans for their big day.
As you do.
Probably about 8 or 9 months, she asked for $6,000 to purchase her wedding gown, and she's telling me that her management team and her uncle and aunt are requiring me to send the money for the wedding gown to show that I'm real and actually in love with her.
Wow. It's not even my bank account is frozen. You need to send me the money for the dress. It's you need to prove you're real by buying this dress. How about he just proves it by buying a banana or something? Something cheap, you know? Jennifer, you don't really love him then. Gosh. Also, did he even propose at this point? Or Jennifer's jumped the gun and just bought a shitting wedding dress? Rumor has it, if you watch the movie, Jennifer, you're moving a bit crazy.
She wanted me to go to a Bitcoin machine and deposit cash into her Bitcoin account. She says she doesn't trust banks anymore.
How does she
right
buy
at the moment, I don't have it because I was just defrauded out of $12,000 and I'm still working to get that back.
Yeah.
My house is on the market. So once it sells, I'll have some cash. And if I get my money back from the fraud, I'll have some cash. But until one of those two things happens, I can't afford $6,000 right now.
Listen, nothing you're saying fills me with any sort of confidence in you that you understand the severity of everything, okay? You're literally, I don't know if you're selling your house for this or just because you want to move out of the home that you, you know, after the marriage has failed, you just want to go away, that kind of thing. But the way you're speaking is as if once you get a bit of money, bang, straight, it's going to go to Jennifer. Not even for yourself, just bang. At the very least, I guess kudos for not sending any of your disability allowance. Because I hate that when the victims do that as well. So, good on you, I guess.
I asked to hear her voice one time.
Why?
And she sent me a small video of just her voice that sounded nothing like Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
Voice didn't sound right. And she claimed it's because her phone has a bad speaker or bad microphone or something. We all know that Jennifer owns multiple mansions in California.
Okay.
I mean, you can Google her name and it'll show you right where her house is and pictures of her house and all that. Her main living area is a $21 million mansion that she lives in.
Same.
And this person I'm chatting with is telling me that she lives in an apartment that her uncle and aunt purchased for us to live in.
Oh, the scammer so shit, they didn't even do research properly. What's the point then? And to be honest, the fact you're still here and in the email you said you could be talking to the real one still, you've lost your plot then. Once again, you've lost your plot. But you're selling your plot, technically. The house. Do you get it? Anyway, I also want to point out that all her money is in Bitcoin. So when you buy things, Do you buy with Bitcoin? How do you buy groceries, Jennifer? Nothing makes sense. Unless you can buy groceries with Bitcoin, then fair enough.
And that just doesn't make sense in my mind.
Oh, well done.
You got multiple houses in LA and San Francisco and around California. Why is family buying you an apartment?
I don't know.
You ask yourself
For
that
you
question.
and somebody you're in love with to live in. Both of her parents are deceased, and that's why her family is now her uncle and aunt. I looked into it briefly and it seemed real. I'm a fan of the TV show Catfish. I know how to reverse search. I have reverse searched every single photo she has sent me.
Stop speaking.
The vast majority are from social media.
Stop it.
Anybody can copy and paste those.
So what's wrong with you?
There's been 2 to 3.
So you think this is real, by the way? Alan French, I love you so much. I'm the real Jennifer Joanna Aniston. I love you, Alan French, so much. I love Jennifer keeping it formal. Your first name and your surname. I love it. Twice. Alan French. What a name that is.
3, maybe 4 that are not.
Oh, Alan French, it's me, your wife, Jennifer Joanna Aniston. I love you so much, and I'm real for you. Okay, I love you. Thank you for sending it twice, by the way. Thank you for once again saying Alan French. Thank you for once again clarifying your middle name. Thank you for specifying that just for Alan French, you're real. I'm real for you. To everyone else, I'm fake. I'm AI. And when you look at that face, where's your neck gone, Jennifer? You might be AI on this occasion.
Coming back as a match.
So, good. I have to point this out, because when we deal with fingers, oh, you know I'm there.
Why?
I'm just going to move out the way for a second, okay? Can you see? Can you see in the bottom there, huh? What is she doing? She's throwing up like the Spock sign, just very badly. Come on, Jennifer, what's going on?
To anything online.
So what
So
are you
that
doing
gives me
then?
just a little glimmer of hope.
What?
Jennifer Aniston was madly in love with Alan, but because of her status, she asked Alan.
Sorry, I'm gonna rewind that, because I think he said the fact that no results came up for that shitly photoshopped image, there's a glimmer of hope. I'll be back.
3, maybe 4 that are not coming back as a match to anything online. So that gives me just a little glimmer of hope.
This is the concerning thing, because obviously, for example, when you search up a phone number that randomly calls you and you know it's dodgy, sometimes there are no results, right? Nothing comes up on Google. But that doesn't mean it's not a scam. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head. I hope you're following along. So just because there's no results coming up for these images, it doesn't mean that it's real all of a sudden. You're such a huge fan. This is your lover. You want to get married and whatever. You're looking at that image and you're thinking, yeah, this makes perfect sense. She looks like a ghost. Whatever, though. That just means she's so in love with me that she's died and come back to get a grip.
Jennifer Aniston was madly in love with Alan,
So
but
much
because of her status,
that
she
she
asked
died.
Alan to keep their love a secret in order to help protect their privacy.
I have mentioned that I've been talking to someone famous, and that's all I've said.
To who?
Jennifer has asked me repeatedly to keep her name out of it. Everybody's like, okay, my sister, who is a little bit older than I am, and her husband is the county judge. She told me to be very careful because there's lots of fraud and scams out there.
As you
And I
know,
just let it go, trying to figure out, what am I dealing with here?
as you know, you've been scammed before. You've literally watched the show, specifically Jennifer Aniston episodes. You know they're scams, but you're thinking very wrongly with the different head.
I don't want to slam the door prematurely. I am 60% that she's real and 40% that she's not. So I'm 60-40. I'm slightly more towards the real than I am towards the fake. I hope as we go through this process, in the outside chance that I'm actually chatting with the real Jennifer, that we don't tick her off and I lose her because of this.
Listen, you've described this as 40% you don't think it's real. Now you've said the outside chance it could be the real Jennifer. If you're using these kind of sentences to describe your quote-unquote relationship, I'm sorry, you're not in one. Do you know what I mean? It's simple as that.
And I have cut off all chats with all other women.
Shut up, Santa.
She has mentioned that we will have a very public, large wedding.
Why?
And that our exes will both get to see us on national TV getting married, and it'll tick them both off.
Sorry. So do you love Jennifer? Or is this some kind of like, gotcha to your ex? Because I think if your ex left you that note, you can go live however you want. I don't think she cares what you are doing with your life. Second of all, it also seems like Jennifer is just trying to get back at her exes. This just screams of toxic relationship. She said she doesn't want paparazzi involved. But hey, we'll bloody live stream our wedding. It's on Twitch, baby. Get the sub train rolling. Shut up. None of this makes sense.
It would just warm my heart and make me feel wonderful.
All right, Seekers. You know we had to get to the bottom of this. A few days later, Brienne, David, and I sat down to gather the evidence.
Why does he think he's talking to her?
Well, because he watched our other videos and somehow, some way, these videos validated that he is talking to the real Jennifer Aniston.
So he's watching our YouTube
this
videos
guy.
and he's like, aha, that's why I'm talking to the real Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
So basically, what you're saying, very disturbingly actually, when Drew says towards the end, like, hey, share this video, it might help someone not be scammed. Basically, we're quite literally witnessing the opposite then.
Help me understand that.
Reading the email, it doesn't show any flashes of why he believes it,
wrote
so
like
I'm
2
interested to
lines,
find
bro.
out.
So like, what do we have to work with?
He said he received images of Jennifer and he even heard her.
Let's just imagine this is real, right? Just for the sake of it. What is she doing with her face here, though? Right? She seems scared to have written this note. Here you go. I love you, but also I look like I'm being held hostage.
Jennifer, and he even heard her voice. They met on Facebook, so he has a profile there. Something interesting, though, is that he is actually going through a divorce right now. It's supposed to be finalizing soon. And
So he lied. Because didn't he say he waited until it was finalized and stuff to then jump back onto Facebook dating? So he lied to me. Is that what you're saying?
You don't understand. Ugh, this is so silly.
all of a sudden, Jennifer is now asking for $6,000.
Jennifer Aniston is a millionaire.
I just Googled this. It says her net worth's like $300 million.
Why does she need $6,000?
Supposedly, they're going to get married and she wants $6,000 for the wedding dress. Another thing we could do, along with the information that he sent over to us, we could send her an IP tracker and just confirm her location.
Obviously, we'll go through her social media and then verify that. Any other contact, whether like she's communicating via phone or email, we can verify that.
Yeah.
All right. We got a game plan.
A few days later, Brienne and I decided to touch bases and discuss developments in Alan's case.
So Brienne, how are we doing on research with Alan?
There are some key details that we need to look into.
She got a leather jacket. She's Triple H now. What is that hat? Is that a Bape Star hat or a starter cap? I wrote it on a starter cap.
Mentioned that Jennifer Aniston's aunt and uncle would like to help them buy a new apartment.
I'm sure Jennifer Aniston has several big houses.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah, he said that himself. And also, surely he's so big on Googling things, yeah. Why did he ask her why she got no money? Like, did he not ask? Where are your assets, baby? Where's the liquid assets? No?
What I want to do is just do a little bit of digging, see if she's purchased any new homes recently, what her housing situation looks like.
What about the images that he said he ran through the reverse image search?
There are 3 images that he
didn't
sent
know.
us where he is not able to find them at all on social media. He even looked them up himself. He reverse image searched each of them, and he feels like this could be real because he can't find the matches to these images.
By the way, sorry, let me just go backwards here, right? Here we're gonna see Bree. I swear to you, all the images are the exact same facial expression. That's one face. She looks very scared for some reason. That is the same face, no? Just flipped around. And then once again, that is the same face flipped back to the original way. Nice one though. You really love her.
Us where he is not able to find them at all on social media. He even looked them up himself. He reverse image searched each of them, and he feels like this could be real because he can't find the matches to these
there's no
images
hope.
anywhere. So what I'd like to do is take these 3 images and run them through our reverse image search tools to see if we can find any matches.
Well, I mean, it sounds like we have everything we need for you and David to sit down and start digging in.
That's where you were wrong, man. You didn't use the social catfish reverse and search tool. You fool. You can't use anyone else's.
At this point, we're just waiting for the results of the IP tracker, and hopefully Jennifer clicks on the link.
Perfect.
It's not Jennifer?
All right, Seekers,
okay.
you know they weren't gonna make this easy for us. After a few weeks and many unsuccessful attempts to get Jennifer to click on our IP tracker, Bree and David got together to see if they could hatch a plan to make the link irresistible for whoever was behind this Jennifer Aniston profile to click on it.
So do you remember the
Just send it and be like, hey, what's his name? David Schwimmer? Ross is sending you plane tickets because this time he wants you to get on the plane. And then she's straight in there.
case with Alan and he thinks he's talking to Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. Another one.
So we've completed all the research for this case, but I really want to send this person an IP tracker and get them to click on it.
Send it
Okay.
then.
So I created a link to this wedding dress website. And the thing is they didn't click on the link. So do you have any ideas? I want to create another link and get them to click on it.
They've been talking about getting married.
Getting married, wedding dresses, wedding destinations, honeymoon.
Bitcoin.
I mean, we have that map website, right? That we use for the IP tracker. Why don't we use that site? People talk about wedding destinations all the time. So we'll find a wedding destination. We'll put it in our map website. That's the IP tracker.
Okay.
Drop that link and then just be like, what do you think about this destination for where we want to get married, and see what they say.
All right, I'll try it out right now.
Okay.
Well, surely you could have just done Bitcoin like every single other time, I guess. But
A few days later, we sat down to give Alan the cold hard
that
truth
jacket?
about this profile claiming to be Jennifer Aniston.
sorry, he's got a starter jacket on. Is this episode sponsored by Starter or something? Sponsor me! Nice looking house. I think he's actually moving. It seems kind of empty.
About this profile claiming to be Jennifer Aniston. Stick around until the end. We'll find out if Alan is really dating one of the biggest stars in the world, or if he's just falling for another fantasy dreamt up by a romance
Wow,
scammer.
who knows what the story
If
could
you're
be.
looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating with online, or maybe you need help breaking through to a friend or a family member, don't hesitate to reach out to our email, sharemystory@socialcatfish.com.
Yes.
We can help you find the answers you've been looking for.
It's good to see you again, Alan.
I mean, how are you feeling? I mean, leading up to this, I mean, what's going through your mind?
Anxious to see how things go. I think the last time we talked, I told you that I had a few more doubts and kind of went down to about 40-60. And I'd say today I'm at about 50-50.
Why are you teeter-tottering so much?
Just the conversations I'm having with her and that kind of thing.
Does it make you feel good? I mean, having that person to talk to all the time, or?
Yes, absolutely.
And how are you feeling toward like the person you're talking to?
We've connected on so many levels, and I have a, genuine love for her and wanting to meet her and be with her. But like I told you from the beginning, I'd like to know who it is that I'm actually talking to.
So do you think that there's a chance that you're talking to somebody that's not Jennifer Aniston?
I think there's the possibility because in my research before I met y'all, I can see there's a lot more scams than there are Jennifer Anistons. There's only one of her, and there's plenty of scams out there. So I was just trying to get to the bottom of it before I started sending money.
And what's making you feel like this is real? I mean, what's that 50%?
I think I mentioned to Brianne before that about half the pictures she sent me, I cannot find a match on Google Match at all. And that tells me that perhaps it has to be the real Jennifer because they're not coming from social media or something like that.
I'm going to stop you there, Santa. You well and truly put coal in your own stocking bloody about 10 months in advance, mate. Honestly, I hope that Bree and David say to him, sure, there's no results online, but when you look at this, do you genuinely believe this is her face on her body here? I hope.
Because you're using Google Images, Alan.
There you go. Let's get a round of applause, everyone. Stand up. Just well done, guys. Yep. If anyone needed any clarification as to me knowing everything that goes on in this world, he's just explained it for you. It's because you're using Google, bro. You need to use our search. Our sign-up's that low, really, that we have to sort of like shove it down the throats right now.
Google Images is not a great tool to find people.
Okay.
It was Jennifer Aniston's birthday 2 days ago. How did that go?
What?
It went pretty well. And I sent you the video of me singing happy birthday to her.
Oh, don't do this.
I love you.
No.
I love you. I love you. I really want to marry you.
Happy birthday.
I love you. I love you. I love you. That way we can both say I do.
Oh, God, get out! Get out, get out, get out!
Sad that we weren't together yet.
Shut up. That was not happy birthday. And your ex, if they're watching this, oh, she's well and truly laughing her ass off. Is this what he's living like? What was that, man? Honestly, there was no need to show that. I didn't want to hear that.
But my house hasn't sold yet. Waiting for that.
So what's stopping her? I mean, this is like one of the richest like movie stars, and she can fly on private jets and do all sorts of things. So what's stopping her from coming to visit you?
She wants me to spend $6,000 and send to her for her wedding gown that her family and management are asking her to have me do to prove that I'm real and that I'm interested.
Also, no shade to Jennifer, but that's the wrong yaw. Where's the apostrophe Ari?
And at the moment, I don't have that much money to send available to send to her. And so I'm waiting for my house to sell, and then I will have that much money to send to her.
That's ridiculous.
And I was just thinking about it and all the
to not
scams
send
out
it.
there. And
Stop
that's
it.
why I reached out to y'all. It's like, before I send $6,000, maybe I can find somebody that can tell me who I'm talking to.
I'm sorry, but let's just assume this is real, because that's what the victims do. You need to get into their world, right? I've stepped in. Oh, it smells like bullshit in here. If Jennifer genuinely reached out to you, right? Why anyone, doesn't even have to be a celebrity, why do you have to prove you're real by sending 6K, bro? I gave the earlier example of a banana. Just meet me, FaceTime me, you'll see I'm real.
We can definitely do that. Well, we have a bunch of stuff we're gonna reveal to you today. So we ran all the images, and Brianne and the research team, they were actually able to find matches for the pictures.
Of course.
And so if you look, this first picture right here, this is the picture that the person that you're talking to sent you, right?
Look, man, look, her neck is like protruding and like colliding with the hair, bro.
There's this note right here, and if you look, this is the exact same picture, but this is the real picture, Alan. So somebody took that picture and then they photoshopped this letter to you.
Yep, I had that suspicion. The only thing that made me doubt it is the background is a little different and the clothing is a little different. The hair at the bottom left is also a little different. And that's the only thing that made me think, well, okay, maybe she just happens to look that way most of the time and maybe it is real.
What? She just happens to have her neck just exploding out of her on a regular basis. What a move she's got.
So if you were to take those pictures, Alan, and you were to superimpose them on top of each other, they would match up perfectly. Yes, there's some small changes in the hair. There's a small change in the background. But look at the lamp in the background. Look how big that lamp is compared to her head. I mean, that's probably like a 6-foot lamp, you know, if you think about like how big that countertop is in the back. I mean, it's literally taller than the counter.
Maybe it is.
So the other thing I'm gonna share with you.
We're not gonna focus, you know, we're not gonna fixate on the neck. We're gonna focus on the lamp. It might just be a big lamp, bro. Like, I'm sure this Elgato light here might be half of me, all right? So, Elgato, sponsor me. I'm just saying, you know, playing devil's advocate.
It's the handwriting. And so if you look at the handwriting that is in the original image, it's significantly different than Jennifer Aniston's handwriting. This was a note with her actual handwriting and her signature, and this is what it looks like. It doesn't match at all the handwriting that you were given.
Yep, I see that.
They actually photoshopped it. So now you know.
What the hell's going on over here?
My goodness. My glasses just broke on me. What is going on? Hello again, everyone. I am back, and in between that cut, completely irrelevant to this video, but this is the H channel, and I'm telling you about what's going on in my life because transparency. I ran to the train station to get the train, to go to the optician, to fix the glasses, okay? This is the second time, actually, they've broken, and I know you didn't ask, but this month, my laptop broke, my microwave broke, my glasses have broke twice. I know, before anyone says anything, there are obviously more significant travesties going on in other people's lives, a lot more to be worried about. I completely understand that. But it's just very inconvenient. Small things that cost money. My head is exploding. I haven't had a good month. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I know, again, there are worse times being had out there. But usually when little things are piling up, there's going to be something big. So I'm worried. But anyway, drop a waving emoji in the comments. How's your month been, guys? I'm not having a good one.
So the other thing I'm gonna share with you is the handwriting. And so if you look at the handwriting that is in the original image, it's significantly different than Jennifer Aniston's handwriting. This was a note with her actual handwriting and her signature, and this is what it looks like. It doesn't match at all the handwriting that you were given.
Yep.
She's become literally AI. Look at the handwriting, all uniform. Boom, 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 boom. Wow.
I see that.
They actually photoshopped it. So now you know where it came from.
When we spoke last about Jennifer Aniston's birthday the other day, you mentioned that she wasn't doing anything. She hadn't mentioned being out and about anywhere. What I did find was a post on her Instagram where she had launched a pop-up in LA with Selena Gomez, and that just happened this past weekend. It was a huge event. Did she not mention to you where she had been within the last week?
Nope, not at all.
Something that had popped up was the fact that she was getting prepared for her 56th birthday, which was this week. And in preparation of that birthday, she just purchased a $14.8 million mansion.
Is that it?
I'm fine.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm fine.
Zito. Did Jennifer mention anything about this?
No.
What's going through your head right now?
It's looking like y'all are figuring out that I'm talking to a scammer.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's going.
I
mean, if you think about the logic too, Alan, the fact that her team wants you to spend $6,000 on a wedding dress, when realistically, if she got married, she's...
Sorry, what is that piano in the background? It's like someone is climbing a staircase in a horror movie. It's pitch black, either upstairs or downstairs, depending on where the person is walking on it. And some creepy, scary lady is coming up. You know those kind of stupid horror movies? That's what that background music is. It's not that scary, guys, that it's a scammer. Come on.
Probably spend $50,000 on a wedding dress, right? I mean, she's buying a $14 million home. And so why would she make, you know, an everyday person like you, like you're a really nice, great person, but why would she make someone like you that $6,000 is a lot of money? You know, it just doesn't make sense, right?
Listen, I'm all for, you know, not shitting on the victims when the time is right anyway. But how do we know he's a great person? Like, where have we come to that conclusion? I know there is keeping it professional and business, but you don't need to kiss ass. You know what I mean? How do we know he's a great person?
Yep. That's why I reached out to y'all, is to get to the bottom of it.
Do you want to know where this person is?
Sure.
Well, we created the first tracker and she didn't click on the first one. So we had to come up with a game plan to create a new tracker. You mentioned you guys had a conversation about your potential honeymoon and where that would be. So I found a website and I directed the IP tracker link to that website, and this person clicked on it. And they are from Lagos, Nigeria.
Yep, I figured they were from Nigeria. That's where most scammers are out of these days.
Well,
I've seen that on y'all's videos multiple times.
Now that you know all this information, like, what are the next steps for you?
Well, number one is I'm not sending $6,000.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start.
I suppose that number two, I will share some of this information with the person I'm chatting with and say goodbye. I had noticed in some of the chatting that we've done, quite a few misspellings and that kind of thing. That kind of made me think, you know, somebody as wise and smart as Jennifer Aniston would not be misspelling words like that. They would always spell the word once, O-N-E-S.
I mean, Alan, hindsight's 2020, right? So now looking in hindsight, like, why do you think you fell for this?
Wanting to.
Yeah.
Something you mentioned before was that, you know, Jennifer Aniston was your dream girl, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've watched the TV show Friends back from the origination of it back in the 80s. Yeah, I got over two.
Was it in the 80s? I don't... Oh, bleep that. I don't freaking think so. Right? Unless... No, it wasn't in the 80s, man. I swear to you it started in 1994. Because it went for 10 seasons and it ended in 2004. Don't shit on me with my... Oh my god, I've just realized. It's like I've planned this video. Oh my god, it's rigged. Look, can you see that? It's Rachel, right? There's the coffee house. That's the Rachel you was going out with, supposedly. This fake little... What is this even made of? Some type of plastic, I guess. And yes, I collect pop figures of all kinds, if anyone cares. I just don't understand what's his, you know, incessant, not even a word, his persistence on the 80s. It wasn't in the 80s. Unless he's got some, like, weird spin-off or prequel. I don't...
100 recordings of the TV show Friends on my DVR.
Oh my
wow,
goodness.
200?
So you're a hardcore fan.
Yes.
Did you think you fell for this because you just wanted it to believe it so bad?
Facts.
Yeah, that's part of it. I've seen so many videos and stories about Jennifer Aniston scams.
Right.
That's why I reached out to y'all, is I want to know what the truth is more than anything else. And finding out that I'm chatting with someone in Nigeria and
At least he
all
didn't
that
send
is
money, I
very
guess.
helpful and will let me make the right moves henceforth.
Are you going to continue to date online?
Don't know. We'll see how it goes.
So what's the reason why you're ignoring all the red flags? You knew all of them up front.
I guess the best answer would be hope.
You held on to that hope, and now you know it's not real. Like, do you feel like brokenhearted? Do you feel like you've broken up with somebody? Like, how are you feeling there?
Not really brokenhearted. I'm a little sad, but, you know, more like, I don't know, like the neighbor's dog died, kind of sad.
Keep in mind that these scammers, they use script.
Is that a common saying that people use? I'm sad as if my neighbor's dog died. Sorry?
To talk to you. So everything's scripted. And so when they're talking to you, you were saying how you connected on this deep level. It's all like fabricated.
By the way?
You know, it's not real.
Yeah.
You know, the things that they tell you and the way that they make you feel, it's scripted to make you feel that way. If you go back to your chats now, I encourage you to relook at them and go back, and you'll start seeing that they say nice things to you. And then right after that, they're like, what about the money? What about this? What about that?
I understand completely. And, you know, she didn't demand the money too much. She just said that she couldn't come here on her private jet until I proved to her family and management that I was real. That's why I reached out to you, is because of those red flags. Even though I was 60-40 when I met y'all, y'all are convincing me that it's about 0-100.
You're not going to be able to come to us every time you're talking to someone online. So what are you going to do for yourself when you do see these red flags?
I like that question. I like that question because I've said in many episodes, some of these victims, they seem to think that they can be babied throughout the rest of their life whenever it comes to meeting someone online. That's not the case. You got to learn your lesson. And that's why I'm as harsh as some people think, because these people need to learn. They need to know. You ain't going to have catfish holding on to their private parts, which they're so clearly thinking with in all these situations, dragging them along. Come on. I don't know why they would be grabbing that, but...
And learn. You know, if it's a red flag, I need to pay more attention to it and give it more credit than just writing it off.
And Alan, you seem like such a really nice, like genuine person. Like you really do. And I don't think you're going to have any difficult time whatsoever actually meeting a real person.
How do we know this? Stop licking his booty hole clean, bro. Clearly, his ex-wife of 35 years who just randomly decided to leave wouldn't think so. And I know everyone is a bad guy in someone's story, right? People are going to have different perspectives of you, which I understand this is the case. They only know him through the bloody screen right now. But there's little bits where you got to question his character. Not enough to say you're a piece of shit to him right in front of his face, because we don't know the full story. But just don't kiss his ass. That's all I ask for. Keep it professional, right? What happened to the business? Anyway, more importantly, that is a massive cup, and I don't appreciate the fact that there's tissues beside the computer. You make of that what you will.
But you got to meet them, and they have to be willing to meet up for coffee or, you know, lunch or dinner or whatever. None of these fabricated, you know, online people.
You are the last person that we are going to sit down
no
for
more
a Jennifer Aniston romance scam.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Alan.
We're so glad that we could help you out. We wish you the best of luck, and we're here for you at any time, okay?
All right. Thank y'all.
Okay, bye.
Y'all. Thank y'all. Just moments after our interview, Alan confronted the Jennifer profile about being located in Lagos, Nigeria. Why?
Here we go.
What's going to happen? The scammer's going to look at this and laugh. Alan then blocked the Jennifer profile for good, has decided to take a break or hiatus.
If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed.
Clearly not.
Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream. You can find the link to our live stream on our YouTube channel by clicking the live tab.
Go do that. if you're interested in the live streams, can I report life being fraudulent to me and everything breaking around me? How about that? Well, let's now go over to tantalizing talk. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it, everyone? It feels like it's been years since I've recorded. So there's that. Again, nobody cares really. I will just right now, before we look at some of the comments, what do I think of this story? Once again, nobody asks me, but that's why I'm here. I think we don't know the full story of this guy. Stop kissing his ass. Do you know what I mean? How do we know he's a good guy? Stop saying that. I do think he probably knows deep down why she left. But hey, you gotta make yourself look good when you come onto YouTube, right? The sheer fact that you genuinely believed it was Jennifer Aniston is crazy enough in itself. But she wanted you to prove you're real by purchasing a wedding dress for $6,000. I think that's the first time I've ever heard such a thing. So if anyone wants you to prove you're real, send a picture of you holding a banana. Don't take that out of context to all the men watching this. That doesn't mean you send unsolicited pictures of yourself. Get a damn grip of yourself. And not in that way either. Let's go now to the comments. It feels like it's been a long one, but in between this, I've been on the train to fix my glasses. So, bye. Tantalizing talk time, baby. Are you ready for this? Strap yourselves in. We got a decent selection here. We got some comments that we're gonna discuss quite heavily. We got some comments that are just like, that's cool, such as this one. Wisdom is not a flower that grows in every garden. I've never heard of this phrase, but it sounds cool AF, by the way. You know, wisdom is a flower, it's growing, but not in that garden. Not in that garden. Honestly, shut your mouth right there. I just liked this quote. That's about it. Next up, we got Zeru Studio. She owns multiple mansions, but her microphone is broken. So sad. Now, let's play devil's advocate here, right? Let's imagine I have so many mansions, right? And it doesn't take much to imagine that, because I got like 69. Anyway, hypothetically, if that was the case, her microphone can break despite her owning multiple mansions. Like, it's not like a crazy thing to happen. So it's more so if she doesn't go and just like buy a new phone, then sure, we can chalk up like scam. But if something breaks, that's allowed, I guess. Next up, we start getting into the comments where we can have a bit more of a serious discussion. The fact his wife had to ask for divorce via letter and not in person is not lost on me. Now, of course, she had already, gone out of state with the child, so I guess there is that to factor in. Maybe it's not easy for her to just do it in person since she's out of state. However, if things were so hunky-dory, I feel like she would come back to do it in person, which of course poses the question, what is actually the story here? Because why wouldn't she come back? Is she afraid, perhaps, to come back? Does the child maybe not want to come back? So there's a lot to consider there. And also, as this person said, it's not lost on me that she did it out of person. Why can't I speak? It's a very good point to consider that she didn't want to do it in person, basically. So I hope she's safe, if you catch my drift, right? Because we don't know this guy outside of this video. Again, sorry to harp back onto it. I bloody hate the fact that they were kissing his ass. You're a great guy. And a lot of the comments were doing that as well. I don't know if everyone seems to apparently know this guy in person, but what's going on there? Stop kissing his ass. But I hope they're safe, like flat out. We next up have a comment from Liam here, who's typed out the entire Lord of the Rings books, alright? It is easy to laugh or mock someone, but when people are feeling lonely, they will often do anything. I do feel sorry for the man. He needs help in finding happiness, but not through relationships. No woman his age range will be emotionally stable, and that is not to even mention those who want to scam him. This video could have dealt with that aspect better and not let him make a fool of himself for all of us to see. I think he did that himself. Let's be honest here. There wasn't no weird editing technique here to chop it up to make the person look foolish. He's just done that himself, realistically. No woman his... Can I please emphasize this? No woman in his age range will be emotionally stable. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? Are you basically saying it's okay for him to be running around with potential 20s-year-olds because women in his age range, they won't be emotionally stable? None of them. What does that mean? I'm so triggered by that comment. I don't think you realize, but you probably realize. That's basically saying women... How old was this guy? 64 or something? I don't bloody know. But whatever his age is, you telling me every single woman in this world, they're not... Once you get that age, emotions... Oh, they're wacky. They're on the wacky backy. Shut up, Liam. Honestly, this comment has pissed me off a lot, to be honest. Like, I was gonna say, I agree with you. He needs help in finding happiness, but not through relationships. Sure. I mean, from what I can see on the screen, he needs to go patch things up with his bloody family. That's one thing. But sure, I mean, in general, nobody seek happiness through a relationship, especially not your predominant happiness. Don't let it come from a relationship. It's a bad way to live life, in my opinion, but you're going to do what you're going to do. Other than that, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. I get this comment a lot as well. Obviously, people feeling lonely, they'll do anything, but what? That's not really an excuse. I sometimes feel lonely. Granted, I am not him. He is not me. We're going to handle things differently. But if we're using loneliness as an excuse, well then, hey, everyone go get scammed then. So I don't agree with your comment, especially the fact you've just grouped women in his age range as being emotionally unstable. Shut up, Liam. Shut up. Now let me know in the comments. Maybe I've just, misinterpreted this comment, but no woman in his age range will be emotionally stable. That seems like you're saying he can't be with anyone in his age range because they won't be good for him, I guess. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Am I right in thinking that's what Liam is talking about? Next up, we got a comment from Mighty Mouse. And they left genuinely maybe 69 million comments saying the exact same thing. And it's another comment that's triggered the F out of me. Any of y'all who fell for a liar, cheater, abuser, etc. in person have no reason to laugh and make fun because you met in person and still fell for it. Sorry. What is happening in the comment section? I take like 2 videos off, yeah, and people have lost their plot, bro. Genuinely, if you are in a relationship with someone who turns out to be a liar, cheater, or an abuser, shut the hell up. You can't make fun of some... Is it making fun of someone to say they're stupid for being scammed by Jennifer Aniston? Not sure. But you can't say anything about someone who's been scammed because you met in person and fell for it. Because the abuser on the first date is going to tell you to your face, by the way, I'm an abuser. Huh? How about that? Oh yeah, I want to be with you so much. Shut up. Honestly, I don't know how you're comparing, being lied to, cheated on, abused with falling for a scam. I don't know if like Alan has like millions of friends online and they've all rushed to his aid. But comparing someone being with an abuser, being a victim of abuse, automatically, well, you can't say anything about someone who's been scammed. You fell for an abuser. You knew them in person. I don't have words other than go f*** yourself. Next up, trying to sort of calm myself down, I guess. The acting of the catfish team is cringy. I guess it is, but realistically, that's what you get with acting. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of cringe to see YouTubers acting. Me personally, I love it when my creators are just themselves, right? Sure, you might not be raking in the big bucks, but you're yourself. You know, you can look back and, you know, obviously when I look back at some of my videos, I'm cringing the hell out because I think something's funny. It turns out it's not funny realistically. And in the edit, my asshole is in my chest. But at least I'm myself, right? So, yes, sometimes the catfish team, they are a bit cringy to watch. Don't get me wrong. Am I saying business-wise they are allowed to be real? Probably not. then they'll lose victims coming to them because the victims will be like, oh, you're too mean to me or something. But maybe just don't act, I guess. I don't think these are the type of videos that acting should be in. But let me know your thoughts. Next up, we this time have the Harry Potter novels written out. But it's an interesting comment, and I'd love everyone's opinion on this. I've seen it previously as well on other videos recently. I love how everyone here is quick to jump on how stupid this guy is for getting scammed like this, while Social Catfish is scamming everyone, again with a fake scripted video to drive engagement from us to earn more ad revenue. Again, another camera angle with a professional camera while they speak, the guy clearly reading a script in the first parts, some B-roll of the guy. So now we are supposed to believe that they are flying out to these people with a camera crew, setting up multiple angles and filming B-roll. Looks like they read my last comment and dialed back on those. Still another faked video. The next one will be more unbelievable with Johnny Depp. Just watch. I really like this channel, but it looks like ad revenue corrupted them like many others. Now, we're going to play devil's advocate for some of this, right? Is the next video about Johnny Depp? I'm ready, baby. I'm ready. But there are a few bits like the B-roll. I can understand it, right? Filling in gaps. Because people didn't really like, or I saw some comments way long time ago, obviously, where people don't really like the stock footage, for example. So I can definitely understand why they would then switch to B-roll. I don't think they fly out someone. More so, they hire someone who's freelance in the Texas area, I guess, to go and do the filming for the B-roll and stuff. So there's that. Did he read from a script? I don't know. The professional camera, again, obviously they've hired someone to not use stock footage. So, hey, get some B-roll. Just make it, like, believable at least, right? Don't have him staring out the window, sitting on the cuck chair in the garden. Yeah, I went to go fix my glasses, but I didn't forget the cuck chair. So, look, I'm with you in regards to potentially seeing the videos shifting towards a demographic, an audience that much prefer the crazy stuff, right? At the end of the day, I understand it's business, it's YouTube. But is this video fake? I didn't really think it's fake, especially in comparison to some of the other ones we've seen. But let me know your thoughts. I do feel like the channel is slowly shifting. Maybe not slowly. Maybe it's like a steam train. Boom. But I do feel there is a shift, obviously, in the content. But let me know your thoughts. I'll always say I prefer the older videos, the vibe of them. Like, if we could combine the vibe of the old ones with sort of the editing techniques now and the, I guess, the flow in certain aspects, for sure, because we cut out a lot of context in recent videos, but let me know your thoughts. Then lastly, I guess a little bit more of a positive comment. Kudos to this guy for requesting an investigation first prior to sending that money. Well done. I guess, yeah, well done, you know. As much as we don't know his backstory, what's going on in the home, etc., etc., it's refreshing, I guess, to see someone, and I always say this, first research, do the investigation, and then truly, if you really want to send money, go ahead. But at least he didn't do it beforehand. So, again, kudos. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It does feel good to be back. For how long? Who knows? Don't fail me, laptop, okay? Incoming, it fails. But at some point, probably I'll need to upgrade anyway. There's a new beast of a laptop out right now. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Do let me know all your thoughts on the comments here, the story in general. If you've made it this far, it'll probably be a pinned comment anyway. But last week's video, where there were like two lovers that the woman fell for, that's gonna come next week. I just wanted to get this one out first since it's most recent. But if you're at this point, you probably don't care that I'm waffling. So thank you. See you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do want to watch more of this, they'll be up there. You want to watch something else scam related, I'll chuck it here. The whole channel is basically scam related. So what am I on about? Bye. Jennifer, do you have a spare mansion for me? I'd really love it.